Time to play the game!
Hello. In this video I'm going to talk about something special. There's a certain type of pointer. You may have noticed it in my videos. See here, there's a void star PTR. That's weird, considering the meaning of the word void. You cannot declare an object of type void. However, you can declare an object of type void star pointer. You can add as many asterisks as you want, but the logic changes. What's a void star PTR? It's a pointer to nothing. In the end, it means it's a pointer to anything. Let me show you with an example. So here we have a main with an A PTR, and A PTR2. A has a value, and PTR equals the address of A. PTR2 equals the address of PTR. So far so good. That'll compile. A is an integer. PTR is a pointer to an integer, and it takes the address of A. PTR2 is a pointer to a pointer, so it takes PTR's address. All good. And now I'm going to create a new object. A void. Void space star. I'm going to call it super PTR. And so super PTR will take as a value the address of PTR2. For example, and you'll see I'll manage to compile anyway. No errors, no problem. Even though I've used compilation flags, basically, as I've mentioned before, all pointers are addresses. Inside the memory, they all have the same size, which means that the only difference between PTR and PTR2 happens during compilation. In order to avoid errors, we said that PTR2 was a pointer to pointer int, and PTR was a pointer to int, so if we mix it up and say that PTR2 equals to PTR, although they're both addresses, the compiler will tell us there's a problem and we've mixed them up. And that we shouldn't have. Now, there's something that exists that may be of use, but you'll see that much later, called void space star. Basically, void space star, their point is that they're just addresses, and they can take any pointer's address, but mostly they can return this address to anyone. Normally, see for example, I'm going to do something very dirty. I'm going to write PTR equals super PTR. And if all goes well, and if the compiler isn't too mean, normally it should compile. I don't know if you can see, but I wrote that super PTR equals to the address of PTR2, and then I made it to PTR contains the address of PTR2. So PTR is a pointer to int, and PTR2 is a pointer to int. So yeah, there are many stupid things you can do with void space star. What's great about void space star is that it can take any address, which will be useful when writing generic functions. But you'll see that much later. So for now, just know that a void space star is a pointer on anything. And you can use it to pass a pointer's address to another's pointer without knowing its type. That's all you need to know. But beware. Okay, last notion for today. If you do super pointer square bracket 1 equals 12, just for giggles, you'll see that we have a problem. Normally, that's because we're trying to dereference a void space star. The problem being, as I've mentioned before, square bracket 1 is like writing star bracket something plus 1 bracket, and that's a problem. My compiler needs to know when do I plus 1, the size of what I point to, and right now I'm pointing to void. So it doesn't know its size, and that's a problem. So it refuses to do the plus 1 I asked him to do. And even if I hadn't done the plus 1, had I just done this, when I use the star, it needs to load that into memory. But as it doesn't know the required size, it's not a char, it's not an integer, it doesn't know what it is. Therefore it refuses to do this operation. Conclusion, void space star just for transporting addresses.